Good morning. Today is Friday, December 6th, and we are on our way to go buy a Christmas present. I have to get it now because if I don't buy it now, it might go out of stock. But we have a birthday today. Today is Michelle Zerber's birthday. I can't keep looking down because some of you were complaining that I'm not complaining. We're worried because I kept looking down. So you're just going to have to see me looking straight ahead. And every once in a while I'll glance at you. But anyway, today is Michelle Zerber's birthday. So Michelle, you get a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. And you're moving again. Happy birthday to you. No, that was a bad song. That was bad. I'm going to start it again, Michelle. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to sing it properly. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Okay, I'm going to turn you off for a minute because I'm going to fix you guys. I don't know if that's going to be any better, but we'll try it. Anyway, we have lots and lots and lots and lots of anniversaries today. Today is Steve and Anita's anniversary. Anita, chit-chat, paddywhack. Today's your anniversary. Ah! Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, happy anniversary. Probably going to go to Disneyland this weekend if you haven't gone there today. Probably didn't go there today because Steve is probably working. But I'm sure you're going to celebrate. Celebrate. Well, happy anniversary. And it's also Valerie Reese and her husband Steve. Today is their anniversary too. So they get an anniversary song. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, happy anniversary, Valerie. I was watching her videos. She went to New York to visit with her mother and her sisters for Thanksgiving. And so all of her videos are posting now. So it's kind of weird, like when she was saying that she wasn't going to be able, she was going to the Joanne Fabrics for a sale because she couldn't go on Black Friday. And I'm thinking, Black Friday was the day after that. Oh, that's right. She did say that she couldn't put her videos up. So anyway, I'm enjoying watching it. I would have loved to have been in the kitchen when her and her sisters were making all these pies for their church, her sister's church. I can only imagine how good it smelled. Of course, I don't know, but I still think it smelled good. They were made all different kinds of pies. But anyway, happy anniversary, Val. And then I had to write this last one down because it was the last minute. I just noticed at the last minute. It's Susan and Grady Edenfield. Today's their 35th anniversary. So they get a song too. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Okay, like I said, we're going here, and then I have to get some gas for my car. I texted a picture of what I wanted Jim to pick up on his way home, a Christmas gift by a store where he's at. That saves me a trip. And then I did pick up a couple things yesterday. The only thing I don't love about Christmas shopping is I don't like spending the money. I like spending the money, but then it's like I always go overboard. I spend too much because, like I was saying in the video the other day, I enjoy giving gifts. I really do enjoy giving gifts. So I think that's where I find my most joy at Christmas time. So anyway, trying to think. I hate to tell a Christmas story now because I think that you're bouncing around too much and you're going to be rattling, and I might have to do the Christmas story over. But let's think. I'll just throw in a bonus story about the dress. I'll think of another Christmas story, but I'll give you a bonus story today. Like I said, I hate wearing dresses. I've always hated wearing dresses, and we went to a Catholic school. Well, back then you had to wear a dress whether you went to a Catholic school or not, but I had a uniform, and we had two. Oh, that's my. Got to get gas. It's reminding me I got to get gas. figured that they knew I was turning since I'm going to turn late, but I better let them know. But anyway, so I always hated wearing a dress. And my mother, we went to a Catholic school, and back then when you went to a Catholic school, it was cheaper for like a bunch of kids to go because they would just have one fee for them to go. And so we all went, and we had like the initial purchase was the uniform and then the blouse. And I remember I only had 2 blouses, and my mother you'd wear one and then she'd wash it. Then the next day, you know, like back and forth. And then my brother only had 1 tie, and whenever he lost his tie, he have to wear a paper tie because the nuns would say you have to wear a paper tie because you have to wear a tie. But anyway, back to the dress story. My brother always lost his tie. He was always wearing a paper tie. We'd go to school together, walk together to school, and he'd be wearing a paper tie. Anyway, so on Sundays when we went to church, we wore a dress, and we were supposed to wear our dress during dinner or lunch. It was Christmas lunch or Sunday lunch. We would go to church like at 9 or 10 o'clock, and then we'd have lunch at 1 o'clock, which was our main meal. And then after we had lunch, then we could get back into our play clothes. That was the compromise, I guess, as they say. I can't reach all my equipment here. So anyway, so this one particular Sunday, we were having Sunday lunch, and my mother and my father got into an argument, and we had to leave. And we lived in Detroit at the time, and my Aunt Agnes lived in Kalamazoo, which was probably, it's on the western side of Michigan, so it's probably maybe 3 or 3.5 hours. It took longer then because there weren't really expressways, so it probably was 3 or 4 hour drive. And so my mother got mad at the table, and so she said, okay, everybody, kids, get in the car, we're going. So we got in the car, we drove over to my Aunt Rose's house, and we sat in the car, and my mother talked to my Aunt Rose, and then we drove to Kalamazoo. And we lived in Kalamazoo for about a week. So while we were there, my mother didn't have the spur of the moment thing. So when we got there, we didn't have any clothes. So, but my Aunt Agnes my mother at the time had 6 kids, and my Aunt Agnes at the time had 8 kids. She might have had 9. She ended up having 10, but I think she had 8 at that point. And so I was the same age as Kevin, and Mike was the same age as Debbie, and Sue was the same age as Mark, but Sue and Mike and Mark and Debbie were like the same thing, 11 months apart. So anyway, everybody had a correlation twin, but Pat, Mary, and Denise had a boy opposite them. So Susie was able to wear Wendy's clothes, or Debbie's clothes, and Mike was able to wear Chris's clothes because they were so close in age. But Kevin was super, 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 super skinny because I wouldn't have mind wearing his clothes because I was a tomboy. So everybody had other clothes that they could wear except for me. And my mother didn't have any money to go buy more clothes. So I had to wear that stinking dress every day for the 7 days we were there. What my mother would do is at night, she would have me sleep like in an oversized t-shirt without any underwear. And she would wash all my clothes. And then in the morning I'd have to put the same clothes back on. And I wore the same outfit for a week. The only bonus point of that was my mother realized how much I hated a dress. She never really made me wear a dress afterwards. When we got home from church, we could wear whatever we wanted. But anyway, that's my dress story. Okay, let's go get a Christmas present. I can't tell you. It's a good thing you can't see where I'm at because Christy watches, Danny watches, and Jimmy watches, and so they'll know what store I'm at. They'll know which gift I'm getting. Not that it matters. They give me a list. So, okay, let's go. Stop babbling. Okay, it's time for our Christmas story. Gather round. When Jimmy was a little over 2, he was 2 in October, so he would have been like 26 months old. He was really into Santa Claus. And that was not a very good year for Jim and I as far as finances went because he was laid off a lot. He had just started working as a sprinkler fitter, and the job situation wasn't the greatest at that particular time. But we had a little bit of money, so we wanted to make sure that we made Jimmy's Christmas really special, so we spent more money on Jimmy. And like I said yesterday, thank goodness for the dime store because we were able to get him a lot of little cars and little sets, things, not spend a lot of money. And then we had gone to Toys R Us and bought him a couple bigger items from for the Fisher Price. We bought him a castle, which he still has, and then we bought him a garage and a little village because he always liked to play with those little Fisher Price people. And so we had got that for him. And Christmas Eve, obviously, we had gone to Jim's family, and we didn't get home till very late. It was like almost midnight, but no, it was after midnight because we went to midnight mass. So it had to have been like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And because of the way it fell, Jim's unemployment check had come just a couple days beforehand, and we never had a chance to go shop. So we had gone shopping like on the 22nd or the 23rd to get all of the Christmas gifts. And just, it's busy that time of year, so we weren't able to, you know, to get the stuff wrapped or whatever. So I got home from the Christmas mass, got Jimmy into bed and all that, and it had to have been like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was up till like 4:30 or 5 o'clock wrapping gifts. And then Jimmy was up at 6 opening gifts. And it was like, I did all that work and you're just ripping it up and throwing it everywhere. But and Jim and I didn't have a lot of money either to spend on each other. And so we had said that we were going to just spend $10 each on each other, which, I mean, you could find something, but it was going to be a little difficult to find something for $10. And so I had bought for Jim, he was a smoker, so don't judge me for this gift, but he was a smoker at the time, and that was before people really thought it was really bad for your health or anything like that. And so I had bought him a couple packs of cigarettes and a Zippo lighter because he collected Zippo lighters, and I had it engraved. And I would show it to you, but he's got a case with lighters that I've bought him over the years. I might show you that. Depends on how messy his dresser is, because I don't touch anything on Jim's dresser. You know, I'm going to show you his dresser. You know what? I keep my dresser pretty neat, but he says he's got a system, so I don't mess with his system. But anyway, I bought him 2 packs of cigarettes and a lighter, an engraved lighter, and so we, you know, Jimmy opened up his gifts, and it was all, you know, he was all excited about his gifts. And so then I gave Jim his gift, and he opened it, and he absolutely loved it, you know. And you know, cigarettes were pretty cheap back then. In 1969, when I worked at a little fruit market, I remember that the cigarettes were 19 cents a pack with a penny tax, so they were 20 cents a pack. I bet you that you guys that smoke nowadays wish that we came back to those days. But that just shows you that they didn't really think that there was anything wrong with it. They made it so cheap. There weren't any taxes or anything like that on it. But so I got him a couple packs of cigarettes and the lighter, and I was really happy with my choice. I thought I did really well. So then I couldn't wait to open my gift because I thought, you know, he's going to do just as well for me. And I opened up my gift, and it was the worst Christmas gift I've ever gotten from Jim. Ever. It was so bad. And I just looked at it in total disbelief. And I said, you do understand we were supposed to buy each other a Christmas gift. And he says, yeah, I did. He bought me, because we had just previously in the summer had bought an 8-track player, an 8-track, just compact, no, an 8-track, I don't know even what they called them then. 8-track tapes, I guess is all they called them. But he bought me, we had bought an 8-track tape player. Yeah, that's what they called, 8-track tape player. And he had bought me an 8-track of Johnny Cash. Now, at the time, I was not a Johnny Cash fan. I did not like Johnny Cash in the least little bit. Jim always liked country music. I never really cared for it. I can take it or leave it now. It's not my first choice, but there are some songs that I do like. But back then I was kind of like a music snob. And no, I wouldn't even consider listening to country music. And I did not like it at all. And I was just like really pissed that he got me such a crappy gift. And I said, well, here, you might as well keep it. I guess you got everything you wanted for Christmas because I didn't get anything. He says, well, I thought you'd like that. And I go, when was the last time you heard me listen to Johnny Cash? And he said, well, I thought you liked it. He says, but I thought this would be something we could both use. And I said, exactly. You thought it was a gift for both of us. And I said, and we made it very clear we were going to get each other a gift. And so I was kind of hurt. I was mad. I was really mad because then we went to my mother's house for Christmas, and it was a cold day in December. Let me tell you, when wherever Jim and I were, that people could sense. You know, and it was bad because we were made everybody else feel kind of uncomfortable around us because I was so mad. But I have to tell you, and I know, it's the thought that counts. Well, there was no thought process behind that, in my opinion. It was just the thought process of let's let Jim get what he wants. And I never let him forget it. For the whole year, I just went crazy because I was so mad. I said, I can't wait to see what you get yourself for Christmas this year. It was just, I mean, I was very petty, I know. I have now come around to the fact that I liked the giving part. I loved the giving part of giving a gift. But I'll be honest, back then, no, it wasn't so much the giving, it was the getting. And I wasn't getting what I wanted for Christmas, and so I was a little upset. So he come home the other day, and he says, you know what? Because we talk about it every year. And I should mention that since that year, Jim has gotten me the best Christmas gifts ever. And every year he tops himself. And things that I didn't really think I wanted, he's gotten me that I really wanted. And so he knows me now, and he knows me well. And he likes me. He really, really likes me. I had to get a movie line in there. But anyway, so he got me this. He gets me nice gifts every year. Without fail, he gets me nice gifts every year. So I really can't complain about that. But he came home the other day and he said, you know, I should have put a patent on that Christmas gift I gave you way back in 1974. And I go, oh, you mean the Johnny Cash? Because we never forget. I never forget. I says, oh, you mean the Johnny Cash 8-track disc tape? And he said, yeah, because now they have a new thing. It's called Me Christmas. And what it is that you buy something for your spouse or your significant other or whoever you live with. You buy them a gift that you really want, but you give it to them because you know that you're both going to be able to share it. And I said, yeah, you were about 45 years ahead of your time. But no, Jim's he always gives me something nice. And, you know, he always gives me flowers on our anniversary. He always brings me a rose on my birthday. I always get a really nice Christmas gift. We've even said this year we're not going to spend a lot on each other, but because we had a lot of work done around the house. We had to get a roof, and we had to get some windows, and we had to get a new door wall, and we had to get siding in the house. So, you know, it's a new driveway. Ching-a-ling-a-ling, it adds up. So, but my kids always say, well, at least you're investing in our, what do they call it? Oh, investing in our, what is it called? I can't think of what it's called. You know when you leave people money afterwards? Now that's going to drive me crazy. But a lot of times, this is what I don't like about getting older, is because I know what I want to say, but I can't remember what the word is. Inheritance. I knew it would come to me. She says, you're just increasing the value of our inheritance. It's not why we're doing it. We just don't want the house to fall down around us. It's just simple things that need to be done on any kind of a house. Every time you have a house, you have repairs. You all know that. But anyway, that's my Christmas story for today. You got 2 stories out of me. And that's about it. I'm going to show you Jim's dresser now because I'm going to put him to shame. But he gives me really nice gifts. He really does. I'm not gonna knock him anymore. But 1974. It was December 1974. The worst gift Jim's ever given me in my life. But it's one we never forget. Okay, here's Jim's dresser. As you can see, he doesn't have much of a rhyme or reason to it. He calls this his retirement fund. Look, it's loaded with pennies. He's not going to get far on that retirement fund. But, I don't know if you can really see it. But that's the one I got him for that Christmas. Let's try to get the glare off of it. See if I can. It says Jim. I don't know if you can really tell. But those are the lighters that he's gotten over the years. Trying to get it so there's an angle that you don't get all the shininess of it. But then he quit smoking, so he's got that one little spot open. But there's his mess. And then this is his favorite little Christmas gift he got from, I don't know if he got that from my Uncle Bob or my cousin Michael. I think it was from my cousin Michael. But, uh-oh, putting this thing. And I got him this when he was in the hospital one time. I don't know if it still plays. Let me see. It's so old. Okay, you just, if I can get it. That was a gift I got him. All right, that's his messy dresser. And this is my dresser over here. I know it's messy because this is the stuff over here that's usually in the kitchen somewhat. But we had to move it in here because I got my Christmas decorations up. But this is the very first gift Jim ever got me. Because he went to Holland, Michigan for the Tulip Festival. And in the move one time when we were moving, it dropped and broke. So he's going to wood glue it together 1 year. I've had this since 1967, May of 1967. And it probably broke in 81. And it still hasn't been fixed. But you can't really tell. Let's see if I can hold this up. It says Sandy. But that was the first gift Jim ever got me. It's obviously a bank. Ooh. One of the kids must have been in here. Hiding their little hedgehog. Or the little frog. There you go, Lainey. I ought to send that to Lainey. She loves frogs. I'm going to put that up there. Now, whenever I look at it, Lainey, I'm going to think of you. Until the grandkids figure out that it was there. And that's my brother Patrick. And there's my mother. And that was my father. And that was my Uncle Bob that just passed. And that's us with my sister Sue. That's my sister Suzela. It's Sue, but we called her Suzela. Oh, sorry about that. That's Jim and I when we first started dating. Look how skinny I was. I don't know if I could ever be that skinny again. That would be great. And Michael and Patrick. And my best friend Sue. Look at me. Look at a chunker I was. And then my friend Jeff. Okay, that's it for tonight. I stayed on plan today, way better than I did yesterday. I stayed well within my points. Of course, it's Friday. We know how that works. And I was supposed to go to the show with my son, but I don't know if they went without me or they forgot or I got the day wrong. One of the two. So I'm going to call them later on, figure out where it went on. If they went without me, I'm going to be upset. No, I won't. I'll just make fun of them if they didn't remember that he said I was going to go with him. We were supposed to go see a beautiful day in the neighborhood about Mr. Rogers. So I don't know if he said today or tomorrow. He might have said tomorrow night. I don't know, because we're going to Kylie's birthday party tomorrow afternoon. I'll have to check. So anyway, give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share, and Merry Vlogmas!